Hi everyone, Electro here again. Just a progress report on what I'm up to at the moment. First things first is with this. Proved promising at first, but no good. I have to rewind it. Trouble is, I've only got the other thin wire I was using. I've only got 4 winds on each phase of it, and it just doesn't. It hardly gives any power at all. It's not doing anything. I need more, so I'm going to have to rewind it. Like I said, using thinner gauge wire and a load more turns. So plenty of work to do. Also, I don't know if you can hear this. That's the brushes. I don't know what's happened, but I've oiled them, I've put grease on them and everything, but they're fairly rough. It's like they're burring on each other or something like that, so I'm going to have to change that. I think I'll go to small carbon brushes, which isn't too much of a problem. It just means a lot of time, that's all. So that's next on that. I'll let you know how I go with that. Moving on, the quenching discs that I made. Again, thanks Russ for testing them out. Here's one I've made here. I don't know if you guys can see that, the hole in that. Hang on, focus. Yeah, no, but it's fairly small. This is a little one I made, and I've held it in there with hot glue. That makes a nice seal, I found, which when it hardens you just cut the excess off with the scalpel blade. It's nice and neat on the outside. By the way, when I was shaping this tip here, I went through it. I don't know if you could see that. Hang on, I'll focus again. Where is it? There. That's there. And there. Yeah, but I can fix that later on with solder if I have to. But the point being, as Ross's experiment showed, that if this is sealed correctly, it won't get hot. So the hot glue should be okay, and it should fill that void. So if I have to, I'll fix it later on anyway. Where is it? That's the top I've made again with just hot glue that goes onto there. Hot glue seems to be my adhesive of choice at the moment. Of course, I'm not going to hot glue that on there. I'll work out a fastening system for it, but that's just so I can get the pipe out into a bubbler, which I haven't made yet, and from the bubbler there will come the quenching disc or the torch tip. Now, some good news on that front, because one of the local sales reps donated a bunch of zirconia blanks. So now, because of the shape and size of these blanks, this disc is actually made from a shaved down version of one of these. So I'll be able to not only section this up that way and make numerous discs from one blank, but I can also machine this into a cone tip for the torch, which will enable you to access fine areas which, I don't know, may be useful, may not, who knows. I'll give it a go and find out how it goes. Now, last but not least, the cell. Now, again, I was using hot glue to keep everything together. Most of it worked out alright, but I found that unless the pipe is hot, originally when you're gluing it, it doesn't seem to stick together very well. It falls apart and things start shorting out. For now, they just move by themselves, etc. I found that the ones that the pipe was hot, because I did heat the pipe up a couple of times on a few of them, they seemed to hold up okay. It wasn't that one actually, it was that one. That's rock solid. Now Originally I heated the pipes up just with the butane torch, but that gets messy, and it also affects other parts like this, and if you've got glue on this or anything else. Anyway, it's a bit messy doing that, so I'll show you this, which is what I'm going to use next time. This is my induction heating element, basically. I'll just take another seat. Now, that's the same diameter pipe as that there, and that just happens to fit into here. Now what that is just a steel element, a steel knife. When you put that in there, it heats it up, like it gets hot really quickly by itself. For instance, here's some wax. I'll use the other end now. As you can see, it's cold, it won't affect it, but put it in there for just a short time, take it out, and it gets hot really quickly. Now the thing is, I can put this again, as you can see, it's cold. I'll put it in there just a couple of seconds. Let's see, it melts that. You can see how hot that got. So if I do this individually, like one tube at a time, and because I can take the tubes out from the bottom, well, if I remove all this sort of stuff, I can take them apart. I can put them in there together, like one tube inside the other, because if I have this inside that and put them both in there like that, it doesn't matter that this is inside that. Oops, better get it out. It still gets hot. So I can use that to heat up both pipes at the same time, and then the glue should should stick really well anyway. They should make it a lot tougher than what it is, because like at the moment it's okay when it's out of the water, but as soon as you get the water or you get it into the water and start the electrolysis process, all the glue just falls apart. It's not really hanging in there. So anyway, that's, and by the way, the bases here, they're made of rubber, and what they are, I'll take them out for you. That's the inner pipe. Now that fits inside the inner pipe there, and down there, and there's a plastic spacing between the inner pipe and the outer pipe at the base down there, as you can see, and the slots are for the water to enter and to come out the top as the gas vacates with it. So this is a putty material that we use. I get it in 7 kilo tubs, 7.5 kilograms, that putty. It's like a plasticine at first, and you mix it together with hardener, and you just knead it together, like thoroughly mix it, and in about 3 or 4 minutes it sets to hard rubber. Now while it's flexible, it's not too flexible, you can break it and it won't withstand pressure of a great deal, but it's not too bad, especially for an instant thing, you know what I mean? So these are some of the materials I've got at my disposal. Then I suppose you could say I'm lucky, but the biggest gain was these, because these are worth hundreds of dollars, and he gave them to me for nothing. So hopefully I should be able to make quite a few useful tips and electrode holders, pardon me, and things like that, because again, zirconia being a high-tech ceramic, it is very, very temperature insulating and electrically insulating as well. It's a very good electrical insulator. So anyway, more on that later. Bye guys.